You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast, hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.
Welcome to another episode of Oversaturated, the podcast, where we discuss music, movies, pop culture, and everything in between. I'm Johnnie.
And I'm Ralph.
Welcome to episode number 139.
139, 6 degrees of the segue. What's happening, Will Smith?
Hey, I see what you did there. New listeners, please follow us on all social media. Facebook, just search Oversaturated the podcast. Twitter is Oversat Podcast. Instagram is Oversat the Podcast. And our email is oversatpodcast@gmail.com. And make sure you check out our website, oversatthepod.com. Anything you need to know about OS is there.
Yes, sir. And if you need to follow us individually, please follow me at the Mind of Ralph on Instagram and Twitter.
On Twitter, I'm JON 2 underscores the letter B. On Instagram, I'm JBS underscore ESL underscore AAMU. Holla at us.
Damn it. I was trying to stick that landing. You know me, I'm trying to enunciate my words. You know, it's an inside joke with me and Johnny.
I'm sorry. It's just funny. It's funny. I had an extended laughter.
Right.
Ralph, my guy. What's another week, man? How you feeling?
Another week down. Feeling good, man. The weather's great. You know,
Finally.
right now. Right.
Finally.
I think doesn't it rain today or something?
But let's not
Okay,
even
my
put the
bad.
energy out there.
Okay, let's focus on right now.
Yeah.
The weather's great outside. You know, I rolled over here with my windows down. It was just a great feeling. I don't know. Just another week down. Nothing too crazy.
Got you. Definitely car wash with us.
Oh yeah.
Listen, man, there's a club car wash they just built up the street.
Yeah. I know
I went randomly because I needed to get my car washed, and they had a special going 3 months for $10, unlimited washes. And that was last month, so I still got like another month left. Listen, I've been going every Saturday morning before I go teach tennis.
Yeah.
Wipe that mug on down. Interesting though, I went yesterday. And this got my car washed. I'm at the vacuums, free vacuums, whatever, wiping down the outside of my car. A young lady comes up. Don't I know you from somewhere? I looked around like, it's got to be a setup.
Right.
I
Hold on.
definitely don't know this young lady.
Right.
She's like,
Where they coming from?
I think I know you. What's your name? I gave her my middle name because I don't just give out my first name like that. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know you. I was like, you sure? Where would you know me from? And she was like, oh no, never mind. And she just walked off. That was a very weird encounter. So be vigilant, fellas. I don't know what's going on out here. Maybe they trying to set people up. I don't know, but just
you know, Johnny,
be aware.
Johnny drives a spaceship, so you know they were trying to catch my boy. They were trying to slide on my
Definitely
boy.
not.
They were
Definitely
trying
not.
to slide on him. Nah, but you did right, man. Like,
No, thank
head
you.
on the swivel.
I'm
What's
good.
up?
Hey, I'm good. And ain't no random women just walking up to me asking, saying that they know me from some. Nah, we don't do that around. We don't do that here. We don't do that. I'm good. I'm spoken for. Outside of that, it's tennis season, baby. Tennis is back. I'm excited. Yeah, I got tennis coming up, and yeah.
You know, so inappropriate. I wanted to make so many bad
Say
jokes. No.
say it. Why not?
Well, the moment has passed. I missed it. I missed my mark. It won't be at 20 anymore.
Who says who?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna keep that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep that one. If the opportunity presents itself, trust me, I'll spin the block.
If the air is there, then we got it.
I got you, man.
I got you. But yeah, that's it, man. Nothing else crazy. I'm preparing to go back to the office this week. So everybody pray for your boy. Cause I'm not looking forward to that at all. Not at all. I still haven't even tried on my clothes to see if they fit yet. So hopefully something still fits. Cause it's literally been 2 years since I've worn dress clothes.
Wow.
So yeah, to put stuff into perspective. So
that's pretty sad. But well, you know what? Let's lift our spirits, man. Off the dome.
Off the dome. Let's do
Off
it.
the dome. You want to go first, man?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
So, coming from getting my car washed yesterday,
Okay.
a few of my favorite pop songs just popped up. So I don't usually like play just albums. I usually just hit shuffle on like everything that I have downloaded in my phone, and just a string of fire just white pop songs came up, and I'm just listen. I give car concerts anytime the spirit catches me.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, give me a white pop song that when it comes on you just go all in. That's not NSYNC or Backstreet Boys.
Why you go preference that? No, because it's Backstreet Boys. All I have to give. You go stop doing it
outside
like that.
of that though. Outside because I think all of us as a community have something from NSYNC or Backstreet Boys that we're gonna outside of that. Because I know you got one of them in the. I know you keep one of them in the tug.
Ryan Cabrera, All the Way Down, is a song that they constantly played on the radio in Taco Bell in 2004 when I worked there. So I couldn't get away from it. I love that song. I really do.
I'm not mad at that. For me, it's 98 degrees. Give me just one night, una noche. That's my.
And you went boy band, which is even nastier. But okay.
Hey, that's my joint, but it's not NSYNC or Backstreet. I'm outside of that. Outside of that.
Well, 98 degrees wouldn't be Boys to Men, so that's why it's easy to like them.
Okay. I'm not arguing that,
okay.
But Give Me Just One Night is my joint.
True.
That's definitely the one all the harmonies.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay. Off the dome for me. Let's see here. Easy question. Twofold. Either one. Right? Would you rather be a singer or a songwriter? And give me your reason why.
Good question. Would I rather be a singer or a songwriter? I think for me personally, I would rather be a songwriter. I don't necessarily care about like attention and fame and all that kind of stuff and being in front of the camera. I'm cool with being able to just deliver, write a hit and just give it off to, the next pop star or, whoever, and have them actually put out the vision of what I have of the song I wrote. Like I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. Plus I feel like that's, that lasts longer. I can write till I die. Can't necessarily perform until I die.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. No, I'm definitely on the songwriter tip, and it's mainly for the money reason. Like I get the same money, power, and access that a lot of these artists do if I pen the song, and I get a good point of it on the back end too, just by my name being in the credits. Like I'm really a geek when it comes to those things. So I think I would rather be the songwriter, because if I can still get in the same rooms as the person that I wrote the song for, like if I can still get that same money or that same influence, and people not even know what I look like. They just know my name. Like I know Brian Michael Cox is one of the best songwriters in R&B history.
Right.
Well, at least from our generation of songwriters, right?
Right.
I can't tell you what it looks like.
There you
I
go.
can't tell you what it
there
looks
you
like.
go.
But Brian Michael Cox, if I see that, if I knew, if it's a song that's like jam, I'm like, okay. But if I see he wrong, like, or James Fauntleroy. I don't know what he looks like
at all,
but he writes jams.
Had Neo not become the singer that he is, we never would have knew what Neo looked like. And he was penning stuff way before that.
Or Jonta Austin. Like I know he had the short-lived solo career, but his song like the pen game nasty, and them songs live forever.
So being able to still have that notoriety, the money, all of that, without the scrutiny of actually being the artist that's out there putting the music out, I would take that any day.
But I know they go through the same pitfalls though too. Like you can write something and I'll take that, my boy. Like it's the same as the producer game or being an artist. So you have to work up to being that type of songwriter. Like you know what I'm saying, where you get that, but I feel like it's more beneficial. Once
you get to that point where you that guy when it comes to writing songs, you good.
And then the way that the lines are blurred when it comes to R&B and rap these days, I can write a hook.
You can do both. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? There, there's way more manufactured artists today, respectfully, that I can just write songs for. So
yeah, man. I love it.
I'll definitely be a songwriter.
Facts, big facts. So that was off the dome. Let us know your favorite white pop song outside of Backstreet Boys or NSYNC that you will just sing like nobody's listening. Let us know.
Yeah, and if you would rather be a singer or a songwriter, please let us know. Let us know. OS gang, what up? The docket is light. But we here. We got a lot to talk about though. Still though, we're not gonna give you straight news articles. Another inside joke for Johnny. But hey, we have to start here because we rapped last week, and then the slap heard around the world happened. If you've been living under a rock for the past week, literally it's been 1 week. Will Smith smacked the what out of ChrisRock on the Oscar stage.
You was about to say the Gram?
Yeah. I had to catch myself because last week I was trying to make the case about Kanye.
Yeah,
why they should let him in. But when Golden Boy Will Smith smacking niggas, okay, you know what, Johnny? What do you think about this?
Man, listen. First of all, I knew this was gonna be clearly the hot topic for the week, but I did not think that it would literally run from Sunday to literally today. Still, I did not know that was gonna happen. But I mean, listen, my thoughts really haven't changed much since last week. Like I'm conflicted. Mm-hmm. I'm conflicted. Like it's so many different angles we can look at this from both Will and ChrisRock's perspective, and I just ultimately I can't say if either one is right or wrong. Mm-hmm. Especially after just more and more details of what happened came out throughout the week. It's just I literally don't know.
Yeah, I'll start here. Right, I was taken aback when it happened.
Okay,
like my spirit was just disturbed. I didn't go to sleep till like 2 because I felt like the world we got in Game of Thrones. We finished.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
But still, it was. It just didn't feel right. I was just like, something's going on in the world. If Will Smith slapping niggas,
like live, like knowing there are millions of people watching.
Yeah, I was just like, wow. Like I couldn't wrap my hand around it. Like the computers wasn't puting. Like I didn't understand what was going on. So it just I was just like, wow, he really snapped. And then the more and more I think about it, and I'm pretty much regurgitating what's out there. There's nothing. I don't really have that much of a different perspective. I think he was wild for going up there, slapping him. There's, in your mind, you feel like there's other ways to handle it.
Yeah.
I can't tell anybody how to feel when a joke is hurled that way.
Right.
Even if it may seem mild to me, that's not. He felt that he was offended and his wife was offended. So he was defending her honor.
Right. We can never interpret how somebody else receives or perceives something.
Yeah.
Especially when it almost seemed that I know it's a joke. I know ChrisRock is a comedian. I know this is something he does all the time, but especially when it's a joke hurled at somebody that you love and care about, knowing that they're going through something medically that's causing, in Jada Pinkett's case, baldness. So when someone is basically attacking that, we can't control how Will Smith would respond to that. We can't control that. And even with the joke, a few days later, we found out the joke was unscripted. So that was something ChrisRock did on his own. Let me make sure I enunciate. That was something that ChrisRock did on his own. That wasn't written. Yeah, they did have joke writers in the back, but that joke wasn't written. That came directly from ChrisRock's brain in the moment himself. So, and it's something that ChrisRock has antagonized Jada Pinkett at the Oscars multiple times in the last how many ever years. So this is something I assume is built up from Will. So, but again, I don't know that.
Everything's speculation because nobody said anything.
Of course,
so,
of course.
The thing with this is just like, I don't know. Like I like I said, I can't tell anybody how to feel, but Will's having ChrisRock. That's the hill you want to die on. Like that's what you're doing. All right, and even in his acceptance speech, right? Those tears were just like acting tears. Like I read through all that shit. Like I was like, stop it, my boy. Like if anything, you were just upset. Like you were embarrassed. Like that rage of being embarrassed. But like you can't blame that on Richard Williams. Richard Williams would have did this, and then Richard Williams comes out and says, "Nah, my boy, I would have did that."
You on your own.
So
you on your own.
so that already like kicked like that just okay, Will, like, just say, like, I'm tired of y'all making fun of me and my wife. And Chris Rock just happened to be the guy that I wanted to take their frustration out on. So that's it's like misplaced bravado. So I really don't have too much for that. Like, I think it's kind of, I mean, it's not saying it's weird because that does happen. Mm-hmm. Like, misplaced anger and aggression happens a lot. Like, 100%. Energy does not die, it's merely transferred. I know I probably got that quote all wrong, but that's something to that. Yeah. Like, if it's pent up, okay, I'm going to take it out on you. And then
pressure bust pipes, man.
Yeah, but
and look, and this is me. This is Johnny's brain, how my brain works. Mm-hmm. I feel like Chris Rock getting smacked or slapped, or however you want to put it, mm-hmm. It's his karma. It's Chris Rock's karma coming back to him. Now, I've heard things in the past. Chris Rock is not that good of a person behind scenes, and then on top of that, him being around or being friends with other white comedians and I guess allowing them to use the N-word with the ER on the end, mm-hmm. just like regular conversation, just in regular conversation. And that's actually something I've heard a lot of in the past. But of course, social mediaing put out clips of a conversation between Chris Rock, Louis C.K., Seinfeld. There was another guy too as well, but Louis C.K. just in regular conversation is just saying the N-word, just saying it like with the ER, and Chris Rock is just that's just hilarious type thing. So I can only imagine other things that go on behind the scenes. So I'm thinking that Chris Rock getting smacked is just his karma. It just so happens that Will Smith was the person to deliver it, mm-hmm. for whatever reason. So, but again, that's my brain that thinks like that. So
it's a weird place because a lot of this comes down to personality politics, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody loves Will, everybody hates Chris. No pun intended on that. Like it's like how many people love Will Smith and how many people tolerate Chris Rock? Those are two different things.
This is true.
People love Will Smith and everything that he does. They love his family. They love his movies. They love his music. They love everything about the Will Smith clan. But when it comes to Chris Rock, it's just like, oh, he's funny and he's there and he's been around. That's how they kind of diminish what the legend of his comedy or his comedic style is. Mm-hmm. So now it comes down to like, well, he had it coming. Like, well, what about Will and maybe his karma? Like, you don't know what him and Jada go through, right? Personally, right?
Definitely not.
Everything that is coming out now is probably because of him fucking around on years. Like that's another thing.
And listen, and I'm not mad at that. That quite possibly could be true. Mm-hmm. But from our perspective, mm-hmm. Will seems to be the one that has been hurt in the public the most. Now again, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. My bad, I didn't announce it. We're
gonna keep doing this.
Yeah, we are. The whole episode. That's the title of the episode too. But again, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors with Will and Jada. We don't know that.
Yeah.
All we know is what we've seen in public. So everything Jada has done that seems to be against the union that she has with Will Smith.
Yeah.
And all the community has done is nothing but make jokes of it.
Yeah.
So,
well, you can't build up this mystical being of the Smith marriage, right? Mm-hmm. And then you open the doors to not only your life but your bedroom to us. Of course, it's going to be a topic of conversation. And then Will has been at the cool table, even though people have found ways to slander him, mm-hmm. whatever. Mm-hmm. He's been at that cool table for 30 years.
Yeah.
30 years he's been there. He's been at the apex of Hollywood.
And for 30 of those years, this man has had a clean slate. No scandals, nothing. Not a thing.
But all of a sudden, for these past, 2 years maybe, give or take?
Yeah.
You've been catching these jokes, excuse me, just like everybody else does.
Yeah.
But you catching them. And he's not used to that.
But I think it's a different level a different level of joke. And what I mean by that is he's been catching jokes his whole career.
Yeah.
Especially his rap career. You know, the nice guy doesn't cuss and raps and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But the jokes now they hit different because they're specific to his relationship and his personal life. Not his career, but his personal life.
Yeah.
So we don't know what type of effect that has had on him either. Yeah.
But it's been a snowball effect of the jokes, right? Especially to the faces of the Smiths. Like a few weeks ago on the red carpet, I'm not sure if it was at the Screen Actors Guild Awards or somewhere. Mm-hmm. Laverne Cox, who's matriculated her way up through to be a media personality of her own, she was interviewing the Smiths, and then she made a joke about entanglements to their face. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Isn't that a disrespectful joke? I'm just, I'm not trying to lead you anywhere.
No, I got you.
But that's a disrespectful joke, right? The
answer to your question is yes.
I know you have to see it, but I'm just giving you kind of like a timeline of things.
The answer is yes. The answer to your question is yes. Mm-hmm. But I think with that, like Will and Jada themselves put the information of the entanglement out there. So I think in them knowing that they put the information out there, they are knowingly opening themselves to those types of jokes.
But people on the red carpet catch a lot of flack for the things that they do or don't say to these celebrities in their face. So that is a disrespectful joke, even if it's personal.
Yeah.
So we're not going to give, too much credence. I mean, like, we're not going to brush past that, I think. And then, Regina Hall, beautiful woman, right? She's on the same stage that ChrisRock is on. And this clip has been floating around social media too, so it's out there. Mm-hmm. She made a joke about COVID screening and things like that. And she picked the most handsome men in the room, and Will Smith was the last person that she used, and she used their open marriage as a punchline. She was like, oh, you know what? Are you mad? No, kind of like that. So you're insinuating, you're making a joke about the open marriage. Everybody takes that in stride. So I think that's a disrespectful joke too. But was it funny? You can say that. But I don't know. Like, I think people pick and choose when they want to be upset.
I mean, at the same time, Will Smith is definitely not gonna smack women.
Well, Jada could be mad. She could have been mad. That's the point I'm bringing up.
Okay, I got
Jada's
you.
not upset at the entanglement jokes.
I see what you're saying.
But now Will has to be upset. That's the thing.
But it's not an entanglement joke that got ChrisRock smacked though.
I know, but still, you catching jokes to your face. Jokes. I'm tired of being joked on. Period.
So okay, got you. So in those cases. Even if, let's just, because we don't know if they were upset by the entanglement jokes. We don't know. But let's say they were in the moments that those jokes happen. Like, what does Jada do in those moments? What does she do? What does she say?
Nothing. I don't know.
Just smile weirdly and then just walk off?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, I'm not here to say if Will or Chris was right or wrong. Like, I'm not here to say that because honestly, to be honest with you, I don't really care. But I mean,
people have taken this thing and made it more personal than it has to be.
It's true.
You have to defend your wife. You have to defend your wife. There are different ways to stand up for your woman. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, if you felt that smacking was the right course of action, well, there's consequences for that, my guy. Everybody's not ChrisRock.
It's true.
So if you go up there and open palm a grown man, people die after that. Like I challenge you to a duel. Like, oh, okay.
That's real.
Niggas get shot after that.
That's real.
What you talking?
That's real.
So, and everybody doesn't have the arrogance or the access that Will Smith has. This man walked up there and slapped this man and went and sat back down.
With the coolest strut.
Like he knew nothing would happen to him. So it's like you think about those things, you're like, but see, reality shows they don't let people get close enough to each other, but they let Will Smith go up there and slap him and go sit down and
this is the other thing. Mm-hmm. I mentioned to you in like one of our chats that Will Smith is the content king. So for the past how many of a years ever since Will Smith got on Instagram. I don't know what year it was, but ever since Will has got on Instagram, he's done amazing social media things. Like for his 50th birthday, he jumped out of a plane. During quarantine, he gained weight. He made a whole weight loss thing. Like he gives inspirational quotes, like, you know, all types of gems, all types of social media content, dope content at that. Again, this is my brain, right? I feel like in that moment, that was another content generating thing for him with himself.
Yeah. Well, hey,
because look at it, it's a whole week and we still talking about it.
Let's discuss the rollout, and hopefully this will be the last point.
Okay.
But it does feel nasty. Like, it does feel like I'm watching WWE promo. I know we're in the middle of WrestleMania right now, but it's just like, how is this possible on the stage that y'all said that was the creme de la creme? Like, the only reason we care about the Oscars is y'all do.
Exactly.
Like, to the extent that we do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
wasn't even watching it. Ralph sent me the clip.
Exactly. But the only reason we care about it is because you guys care about it. Like, Will and Jada were campaigning for Will to get this moment.
Right.
And now it's overshadowed. So what was more important?
Hey, man.
You to make a statement on the biggest stage, or you to finally get what you deserved as an actor that you probably should have got 10, 15 years ago. Like, this movie is I think this movie was good to great. I've only seen it once, so that's why I kind of hold off on saying great, but definitely worthy of an acting performance worthy of the award, the accolade.
Gotcha.
So, but Will should have got this
hell ago,
like Ali or something, something of that extent, right?
Yeah. Hey, man, listen. The situation could have been handled better on both parties. Now, and for ChrisRock, before the smack, my bad, I didn't enunciate. Before the smack, ChrisRock could have handled it better by just not saying that particular joke about Jada Pinkett. Yeah. Clearly, Will Smith could have handled it better by not going up to smack him. Clearly, he could have just not done that and talked to him backstage. Because didn't he get his award like right after that, or like soon after?
Soon after, because he smacked ChrisRock when he was up there presenting an award for Questlove's award. Like, you. Questlove. Like, see, all this has gotten overshadowed.
Got you. Okay.
Because Questlove won, I think he was either directed or produced a documentary, The Soul of Summer, which I haven't got a chance to watch, but I heard it's phenomenal. So he did that. And Questlove.
That's Questlove, man.
Got an Oscar. Salute to the king. Salute to the God. He got that. But it's overshadowed.
By the smack.
Like King Richard, great movie about one of the most famous sports dads of all time. Overshadowed. Venus and Serena are there. Like, you did so much work for these little girls on there to get this shine and this acclaim. It's kind of overshadowed. Like Anjanae Ellis, who played Venus and Serena's mom. All that's overshadowed because of this.
Nasty
word.
Nasty word.
We will not be talking about the red table talk when it happens.
Oh, definitely not. No.
Y'all got it.
And white people, y'all just gotta stay out of black people's business. You do. I'm sorry. Like,
see, we didn't even get into this because honestly, we don't care about this happening on their stage, because this is the stage that ChrisRock and Will Smith wanted to be at. So if y'all want to act like that there, that's fine, because y'all wanted to be there.
Big facts. I'm just saying, white people always make things about them. They took this whole situation and started victimizing themselves. Like, I'm traumatized. Amy Schumer talking about I'm gonna take a month off because I'm traumatized. Nobody cares.
I didn't know she was still working.
Right?
I didn't.
Exactly.
I didn't know.
Exactly.
I didn't know.
Anyway, yeah, white people relax. that's all I got for that. Man,
but yeah, we just got through talking about a smack. But let's talk about the chokehold that's been released by New York Rap. According to this tweet, Van Lathan stirred up some stuff on Twitter, man. It was crazy. It was rooted in 90s hip hop. And it was just like the 90s had some mid to quote unquote woo woo woo. But this was an interesting conversation. I thought that me and Johnny could bring it here to OS. It just said that with social media, and I'm paraphrasing, social media's presence it loosened the stranglehold of New York influence on hip hop as far as like media outlets, magazines, and things like that. And I think it'll be a good conversation. So, Johnny, what do you think about that line of thinking?
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at it. And I think I kind of agree with it. Social media has allowed many different outlets and allowed many different people, not even just in the United States, but across the world, to get a hold of things that they really wouldn't be able to unless they were to watch TV or something like that. So with the rise of social media, and honestly, the first person I really think about when it comes to that and YouTube is Soulja Boy. Like, imagine Soulja Boy putting out his song "Crank That," just to his people in Atlanta or whatever. But then YouTube catches it, the internet catches it, and now it's blown up, and it's this thing across the country and across the world. Like, and from there you have a slew of artists after him that gravitate towards social media, and now the world is seeing them, and now the world is open to newer sounds, not just the sounds and the videos and the music that are just put out by radio and by 106 in Park and by those top 10 music shows.
Yeah. No, this is an interesting perspective, and I think that we have to start looking at what certain focal points, certain places that where the game changed, the tide kind of just kept rolling, and it kind of got away from things. Like what used to be the norm was going to New York, getting your record deal there, having them push you in places there, even though you may have been hot in your city,
right?
But you still had to go there, to get on. That's just the game, you know what I'm saying? Like, but now everything's so widespread, and it kind of got like that. I guess you could say in the mid 2000s. We talked about this before, where you don't have to go to New York to get your record deal,
right?
You can be hot right where you are, and they will come.
They will come to
find you.
Yes.
But sometimes you still have to travel for your craft. Sometimes you might have to go to an epicenter of hip hop. So if I'm like, in Starkville, Mississippi, maybe I need to go to Atlanta.
Yeah.
To get on. Like maybe I need to go there. You know what I'm saying? If I'm in,
But that's closer than going to New York though.
Yeah, that's why I said epicenter. Like if I'm somewhere in Cali, maybe I need to go to, I don't know. Just move around a little bit, but it's not like I have to make that pilgrimage to the Mecca, right? I don't have to do that.
Right. Yeah, man. It's always interesting having these types of conversations because, New Yorkers gonna love New York as they should, but gotta understand that at some point
other regions have things to say.
Oh, most definitely, and New York had to loosen their stranglehold on what hip hop was, because at one point the West had it, the Midwest had it, but the South has had it for I don't even know how long. Honestly, since the early 2000s.
Well, you gotta think about it from a geographical sense. The South is the biggest region.
No, that's true. That's
You're
true.
talking about from Texas up to Virginia down to Florida. That's a lot of land.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's
a lot of land.
No, that's true.
So with that being said, it's like, and I heard Bun B say this in an interview. It's more of us than it is of them.
Yeah, that's true too.
So Texas got its sound. That Southeast region got its sound. Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi got their sound. Florida got its own sound. Miami got its own sound. Like I said, Florida, but Miami's they say Miami different. As far as sound goes.
You know what's interesting though? I think even before social media, the South was kind of starting to take over.
Oh, yeah, agreed.
So like in the early 2000s, right? You had UGK, you had Paul Wall, you had Trick Daddy, you had Trina, of course you had Outkast, T.I. started to come up, and all of this is as like Twitter is like just starting to pop, like before the social media boom. So when social media actually hit, it allowed it allowed that music from other regions to get out quicker instead of having to go to, again, like a 106 and Park or a TRL or something like that, or even the labels getting the music played on the radio, because those were the only outlets we had really to, like, you know, to get this new music. But social media allowed that, and YouTube allowed that to be pushed out quicker.
Yeah, and when I say this, I'm not saying this as a disrespect to other artists that may be a regional type of, you know, they might have a regional appreciation, right? So let's not go there,
right?
But like, we're brainwashed to think that New York rappers are better. And when I say that, it's because of the media outlets.
Yeah.
Like, remember, this was like probably a month ago, but remember when I was like, I had that hesitation about saying Ludacris was not better than Fabulous?
Yes, I do remember that.
But why would I do that?
Yeah.
Why would I do that? Because I'm brainwashed to think that Fab is dope because he's from Brooklyn. I was like, wait, Ludacris from Atlanta? No, wait, and you know me. I put on the Southern flag bearer for a lot of people.
Yes, sir.
But in that moment, I could not.
It stopped you.
The computers wasn't computing. I was like, I don't know what's going on.
That's hella funny.
But,
I think that was doing it off the dome too.
Yeah, but this is the thing, right? I think with New York MCs, like, they have their own style, they have their own flair. Everybody's not lyrical up there. It's a lot of cats that be on the swag and the style stuff too,
especially now. Yeah,
but the thing is, we're just brainwashed to believe that because they're from New York, they're consensus they're better, like, across the board.
Why do you think that is, though? Is it because that's where hip hop started?
Well, the hip hop started there. They won't allow anybody to have that type of, like, nobody will ever say the king of rap is from another place but New York,
which is crazy, because,
and it's been proven that you have more than capable rappers or artists from other regions that could undoubtedly be the king. But they said the king first up there, and that's just what we've been rolling with since then.
Yeah.
They said Biggie was a king, and he only had one album out, and we kept going with the notion.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Biggie's not. That's up for y'all to debate. I'm not here to debate that. I'm not here to debate that.
Man, I don't know, man. I just I don't know. It's at some point. At some point, you just have to recognize that hip hop isn't only a New York thing.
Well, I mean,
it hasn't been for a very long time.
I think it's understood now. But if you're talking about in '98, and I think that's the year that I kind of hang my hat on, when I think the changing of the guard kind of happened, because you had so many sounds and everything was starting to be like, that's the hip hop at the essence of mainstream. Like, that's the shiny suit era, which a lot of people might say is nasty, but that's hip hop at its height.
Yeah,
like, everybody's selling,
right?
Everybody's selling 3, 4, 5 million records. Like, everybody's selling it. So if everybody's able to eat, I think that was a great time for rap. But now, I think that is not so much here or there. It's kind of like everywhere. If you just do it, you just do it.
Yeah, and it's evolved to a point where it seems as if hip hop is just a melting pot. Like, there's no distinct regional sound anymore.
Yeah. Well, you know, we got into this, and I don't want to spoil that, but it's, you know, the super producer. I think the super producer ruined what that could be.
Oh, you did, yeah. No, okay, I remember that conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Because when all the hot artists keep running, Pharrell, Timbaland, Just Blaze, Kanye, like, all the hot rappers made songs with them.
Damn,
like, and then your deep album cut might be your homie, or it might be, you know,
yeah,
the lower tier producer, or Dre. I even say Dre, but you know,
yeah. But even those album cuts, those deep cuts, that's on the CD. So a lot of people, you know, you may listen to it one time, but may not even go back to it. You gonna pop those singles. Gonna pop every time.
Because if you want this album to sell, you go see this guy from the single. That's just kind of like, it is what it is. And that went from everybody from Jay-Z to Nelly to Snoop to all of them. All of them. Everybody saw Pharrell at some point.
Right. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy.
So Pharrell just made the beats that he wanted to make.
Right, and then people flocked to him.
Flocked to that.
Yeah. Damn. So did that also help loosen the stronghold that New York had? Yeah.
Because these producers, hell, I just named all these super producers. Ain't none of them from New York. Pharrell's from Virginia. Kanye's from Chicago. Dre's from L.A. Who else I said? Just Blaze. Blaze from New York.
Wow. Damn, that's one from every region.
Exactly. But they went to see them, though.
Yeah.
Like they.
Damn, that's crazy. So it sounds like social media isn't the sole reason.
Well, it might have been it aids in loosening the stronghold. Like I think it started way before social media was a thing.
Yeah,
it started before then. Like that's a hill I'm willing to die on if there's a hill as such.
I think I'm rolling with that.
Yeah. We debate on the year, but I think it still started before there was a MySpace or Facebook or Twitter, all those things.
Yeah, because even YouTube started in 2005. So this is before that. Yeah.
Master P selling records, man.
No, I'm rolling.
No Limit is selling records.
Like
they moving records.
I'm rolling.
So yeah. That's when I think it loosened up.
And what year was it? Because you told me this like 3 times and I forget. But what year was it that Jay-Z hopped on the High remix?
98.
So yeah, there you go.
Exactly. When the hottest rapper that they said out of New York hops on Southern song.
A Southern joint?
Oh, okay. It's getting real out here now.
Yeah, man.
He had the foresight to do it. But, I'm off that. But let's talk about something else that's rap related. Let's see how this goes. Big Crit was recently sitting down with Ebro on his, I think his Apple radio show or something to that extent. He was talking about that rappers should unionize because he felt like, now you must preference this. Like he said that his album, Digital Roses Don't Die, it's pretty cool. I'm the Crit guy, so, excuse me for my bias, but he said that it wasn't being pushed in a good way. So that's why you kind of have to bring that in just a little bit. But do you think that rappers have the ability to make a union?
See, this is a loaded question.
Yes.
Do they have the ability? I do believe they have the ability. Mm-hmm. But I think it'll be difficult. It'll be difficult for that to happen because, one, I think it'll be difficult to get all artists on the same page. Mm. And two, you got different tiers of artists. You got different tiers.
That's all I'm saying.
So it's like, yeah, a hip hop union would benefit a lot of new acts, younger acts that don't really generate that much on their own. Yeah, it would help them complete 100%. Mm-hmm. But when we get to these bigger acts that are signed to labels that are at the point now where they are pretty much running things themselves, even though they are signed to a label, the union would do absolutely nothing for them. Actually, might hurt them in the long run.
Okay, yeah. My answer to this: should they do a union? Yes. Are they? Hell
hesitation.
No. Hell no. Because when you have, when you have established artists like Jadakiss, right? Jadakiss loves me and signed the majors. You know why? All I gotta do is rap.
That's it. That's it.
So when my boy, who is a certified vet in the game, I don't feel like doing the heavy lifting because he done been through contract struggles and all that stuff before. So when you've been jaded by, I guess, business dealings and stuff like that, and you find the perfect blend of what you want from the system, I'll do that. And I'm not going back. And I'm sorry if this don't help the next guy. You know what I'm saying? But that's just one example. I'm not saying Jadakiss is that type of guy. But if I was Jadakiss, I don't, you see how we are. If somebody come get us off the ground floor, I don't, the independent grind ain't it. but then again, the business has to make sense.
Well, of course. Well, but that goes without saying.
Jokingly, right? But I'm torn because a lot of these music artists, they really are passionate about their craft, and then when somebody comes along and kind of dangles this contract with the promise of a good life and pushing your art out to the masses, you kind of get clouded. Like you don't really think straight. So I don't know. Like, could a union help with that? Kinda, but someone still has to be the head of the union. Who's going to be the head of the union? Because you're not going to ask any of the God tier MCs to do it. They done that.
They good. Yeah.
They already hopefully giving you a blueprint of what to do and not to do when it comes to those things. And so you figure they will kind of follow suit.
And not only that, it's like how would the union work? So like you got 3 or 4 or 5 different major labels. Does each label have their own union, or is it one union for all of hip hop?
Exactly.
Because even if that's the case, that means all of the major labels would have to like somehow come to an agreement together.
Exactly. And then who's to say like if I'm going to pay this artist this amount, they still have to. It's still a business. They still have to return on the investment.
Right.
So it's nasty. Like
and you got to pay union dues, and then that's a whole nother thing.
Right. And then it's like I'm already not getting the biggest cut of whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then I got to pay.
Right.
I got to pay you something to represent on my behalf because unions cost money to operate.
Yeah. No.
And then who's going to be the rapper that always go, like you said, who's going to lead them? Who's going to always be the one that goes into these boardrooms and demand on behalf of all these rappers? And the rappers that may not even rock with you, like you still got to defend them.
Right, exactly.
Imagine if you having a beef with somebody he on your union and you got to go in there
and
you got to go in there and defend him or her. You know what I'm saying?
And that's one of the reasons why it'll be like if this becomes a thing, that's one of the reasons why this will be difficult.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that we never that the consumers. My bad, I didn't enunciate. That the consumers don't know about. So it's a lot of contract negotiations, things happening between different artists that they don't like each other. Maybe I didn't get a verse in time or something. They beef for a lot of dumb reasons. Yeah. So we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. So if you have a union rep that's beefing with one of the other artists and that other artist has an issue, that rep has to go and fight for that person that they beefing
regardless.
With. So we know how petty we could be.
Yeah, it's a dog-eat-dog world, and especially in the sport of rap, right? Because rap is still a sport. I still want to be the best one, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is still like, I mean, I want to be the best, and could you still be the best and still help others?
I think
in an individual sport, because rap is an individual sport.
I think so.
Okay,
I think so.
No, I'm not. I don't really know where I was going with that question,
okay.
But I'm just thinking because sometimes, like, hey man, you know, if I kind of undercut this, you know, you won't be able to put the song out, or this verse don't get over here in this time, you know, or I don't know.
So okay, let me ask you this.
That's shady what I just said. My bad.
It's cool. So what would be the alternative to a hip hop union? What do you think would be the alternative?
What?
Because I think I have an answer, but
the only alternative, right, is what artists are doing now, speaking out more, letting them know about these bad business dealings, letting them know this isn't the way to look for this, do this. Like, if you want to go the independent route, listen to a Russ interview. I don't know, but it's like I think that's the only alternative because I can't see a world, and you know I'm Debbie Downer. I just don't see this happening.
And I'm not mad. I mean, I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't think it will happen. Yeah. Only because I just feel like it will be too difficult, and there will be too many issues behind the scenes with these rappers in order for it to actually work.
And the thing is, I don't know if this necessarily works for an artist because those deals are different. Now, if you're talking about like a producer or a songwriter, maybe this makes a little bit more sense because the artists, they invest way more into you than they do, and I guess in a producer or a songwriter because their price is their price.
This is true. This is true. I think one thing that may be able to work as an alternative would be to have artist-led labels that are not that are not signed to the major. So like, take a Dreamville for example, because what they're doing is amazing, right? You got J. Cole, who is an artist himself, but because he cares and invests in the artist that he signs, I feel like they're working together amazing. So if we had more artists like J. Cole who were able and willing to sign artists, cultivate artists, and for their own craft, I think that would take a good place over having hip hop unions.
I see what Johnny did with the segue, but let's go ahead and talk about is Dreamville like the #1 label right now? But I don't like, it's different with artist-led labels. Like I hear what you're saying. Like those things often don't work. I mean, they last for only so long. That's the thing.
And
like there's no artist-led label that has like a real staying power, or we've never seen it that I can think of. Because the last one before this would, like, it's not TDE. It was like maybe Maybach Music.
But when you say staying power, how long are we talking?
Well, enough for the artists up under you to get their legs and do something else.
You don't think Maybach Music allowed their artists to do that? Let's see.
Wale and Meek, we're gonna take them off the table, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because they were hot before they even signed to. They were already established.
Okay.
They were already who they were before Ross. So Ross just cultivating that, I guess, is kind of a cheat code. But let's talk about Tidra Moss. Let's talk about Omarion. Let's talk about Stolly. Let's talk about those other guys or women in the undercurrent. Like he had a group Triple C's. What happened to Gunplay? Like what happened to those people?
Well, there goes my point.
Oh,
no, I was just playing. No, but for real, like that, because that was the first artist-led label that I thought about.
Yeah. But right now, yeah, like Dreamville is clearly that. But that's because their artists, like the CEO of Dreamville is still clearly one of the best rappers in the game, and that definitely helps with your branding. And then all of them are dope in their own right. Like I've tapped into projects from Ari, Earth Gang, Kaz, Boss, Omen, like a lot of those guys, JID. So all of them are dope in their own right. I think we talked about this, months and months ago. I don't know if any of them are like bona fide stars outside of Ari and Lennox, but the music is dope. So does it matter that they're not J. Cole level stars? No.
I don't think it matters.
No, I don't think it matters.
And the fact that J. Cole himself, like, he features a lot with his artists. Like, he doesn't just sign them and then, tell them, hey, just go, make a project. Like, he actually features with them. And then even on top of that, he does like the Revenge of the Dreamers mixtape. I didn't enunciate, my bad. The new DJ Drama joint, D-Day, that he put out, that Dreamville put out, that just came out this past weekend, which is a fire project, by the way. Like, he continues to not only cultivate his artists, but he's also working with the artists as well. Which I don't know if I've seen much of that from artist-led labels in the past. At least not to this degree.
I mean, well, if you want to jump in the time machine, like the Murder Incs., the Rockefellers, the No Limits of the world, I guess you can put those in that same pot. We're talking about the new age of artists. Like they don't really do that much. You know what I'm saying? Because we're in an age where you don't need the cosigns per se. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think JID could be where JID is if he wasn't on Dreamville or not. Dreamville does help with visibility to an extent. Like, say, it's going to be a certain segment of the internet that fucks with your music regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But me being like the J. Cole stan that I am, like, oh, we got a new artist. Let me check. Let me hit play. That's me. True. That's me.
But I agree with what you're saying. Now, the only difference is if JID didn't have Dreamville and J. Cole, he would have to put out a lot more music.
Yeah.
What J. Cole has done with Dreamville is he's allowed these artists to still put out a track here and there with these mixtapes outside of the artists putting out their own albums. So they do compilations every now and then just to say, hey, We still here.
And you know what's dope? Because like we were watching the Dreamville Festival before then. Like that type of branding also
100%.
Damn, I lost a little train of thought right there. But it's just that type of branding, the artist being able to do and move the way that, you know, like you don't go too long without seeing something from that camp. Like
exactly.
that's what I was getting at. That's why I was trying to pick back up. You don't.
Exactly.
It's always something coming from them.
Yep.
Always. Ari got a song on the radio here and there, like, you know, excuse the social media stuff, but she got songs out. Boss has, you know, would put out a dope album here and there. Cos, you'll hear these guys. JID will smoke a feature.
Man, what?
Somewhere, like.
I just seen JID tweet today. So he performed at day 1 of Dreamville Fest. But today he can't be at day 2 because he's going to perform with Imagine Dragons or something. That's
Imagine Dragons getting some different time.
Man, what?
But
that's dope.
I love the fact that when they drop compilations for whatever you think about them, the world kind of stops.
Oh, yeah.
Like the world pays attention. Like the old Revenge of the Dreamers, like we was like, oh, like and then
the rollout for it was fire.
And then D-Day, like this mixtape that just fell out the sky.
Literally right before their festival. Like stuff like that is what's keeping Dreamville as a label ahead of all other labels.
And then when your man's is the number, like not the number one, you know, that's up for y'all to debate. Yeah. When he's one of the hottest rappers, consistently it helps. And then he be getting on, like you said, he gets on features and like he smokes his orders. Like he smoke other people, then he get on.
Which is crazy because for a long period of time, J. Cole stopped doing features. He stopped allowing features on his albums, and he stopped doing features on other people's albums. It's only recently that J. Cole just started doing feature verses again. Yeah. And even with that, he been smoking the hell out of them too.
That is true. That is very true.
And that could be a rollout for the Dreamville as well. Like I'm finna get on other people's stuff, talk about Dreamville, talk about me, put out D-Day. The festival was here.
Yeah.
Earth Gang just dropped a fire album.
Yes.
Like it's amazing, man. I love to see it. I love that I'm witnessing it in real. There you go. Witnessing this in real time. I love the fact that I'm able to witness this.
Yeah, man.
It's dope, man.
It's dope, man. But we got one more topic for you. We appreciate you guys that are still around, still listening to me and Johnny blabber about absolutely nothing. Blabber.
Hey, at least we enunciating.
We enunciating. But now this is an interesting conversation I thought me and Johnny can tap into. It's the age-old debate, you know, about R&B and is it alive and all that great stuff. But I was looking at one particular artist and he could definitely be the catalyst, but he just chooses not to be. And it's for a myriad of reasons. So let's not ever get this twisted. Christopher Maurice Brown, he has a talent, and I'm not just talking about like singing, like, you know, because people are in and out on his voice. I get it, but it makes like when he wants to make a good R&B joint, he can do that.
He can, yeah.
But he chooses not to, and it's like he has the best lawyers outside of, you know, obvious reasons, but he has the best lawyers when it comes to clearing like these samples. And you know how people like borrow I forgot the actual term of it, but when you take like part of a song, you put it in your song, like it's not a sample, but you know, when I take like a melody or something,
I think that's still a sample.
It's not a sample. Like I think the sample is the beat, but when I say like I just want to like if I want to take, I don't know, like a bar, like a song, like a melody or something, and I sing it. Yeah, like I flip a lot of people other stuff in my stuff.
Gotcha.
But it sounds good.
Yeah.
But okay, he put out a recent track. I think it's called Wet something. I don't know. Let's see.
Of course it's wet.
Don't
Is
do
that shit? You gonna play it?
No, I ain't gonna play it.
Oh, okay. Just like grab dog.
Well, it's called Warm Embrace, but it's pretty much like the guy song. With your warm embrace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got you. Damn.
So he flipped that, but Chris does it in a way that's not annoying. Mm-hmm. Like he has the power to bring back real R&B, and it's frustrating to me as somebody that like loves R&B that could like see a black artist be at the forefront of it. That's why I feel like Chris could do.
Got you.
But he doesn't.
Maybe.
I know. And now we go get into it.
Right. I mean. I don't know. maybe Chris Brown's heart isn't in just like pure R&B like that. Now. It was in the past. Maybe it's not there now. I mean, and maybe he gets in these pockets where he just, has a feeling or a thought about something and, hey, I got this. Let me just make this real quick and put it out.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's getting to a point now where things from his past have, I guess, subsided or, any whatever things like that. And maybe he feels like it's this opportunity now that maybe he could get back in it because, and I'm not the R&B guy, so I don't know this, but outside of Lucky Day, maybe I don't know many male R&B acts that are really doing a thing like that.
Oh well, a lot of them like Giveon, or I might be mispronouncing that. Brent Fayez, who else? I'm probably missing them, but those are like big, those are big guys, right?
But are they putting out consistent good R&B music?
I would say yes, but it depends. It's the new age version of R&B, and Chris has a way of bringing back what we're used to.
I see what you're saying now.
That's the thing. Like those are the littles. Like you know what I'm saying? And Lucky Day is dope. Like,
I agree. That's like the one R&B act right now that I'm like,
but the rest of them I'll be like, okay, this is cool. And a lot of them have like a lot of them just love being toxic. Like they sing about those things. It's hilarious, right? It's nasty in my personal opinion when we just gravitate to being toxic as men. Like, even though we may have those shortcomings or those personality traits, but
I assume the women like it. I don't know.
I
don't know.
I don't know. Shout out to you. I just think it's kind of corny, but that's me though.
Understandable. But like
I'm an old married man. Don't listen to me.
But listen, like you were saying earlier, the lines between hip hop and R&B are really blurred now.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like the crossover.
Yeah, but I mean, this is not necessarily a when did R&B died kind of conversation. I just feel like with the people that say they love 90s R&B so much, right? And that seems to be everybody. But you don't necessarily get that feel from anybody that's current, right?
Yeah.
Chris is a 90s baby through and through. Like, I think the rest of them are. But, Chris is for sure. But he could definitely just pick this ball up. Because, like, if Usher comes out and he does something R&B, we're going to enjoy it. But I don't want to discredit Usher like that. Because I don't know. Like, I think people will fuck with Usher when Confessions 2 or whatever that album will come, But I think Chris has a little bit more of a reach to youth than Usher does.
Now, the only thing with that is...
But Usher's still Usher.
The thing with that is we don't know if the youth would gravitate toward that.
You think?
I don't know. I'm saying I don't know. Our age group would, but I'm talking 25 young. Shit, damn. I'm talking 25 and younger. Not necessarily sure if that's the type of music they would gravitate towards. Because you was just telling me, the R&B cats now toxic as hell.
Yeah. They love being
R&B today is completely different from when we was coming up.
Yeah, and this Warm Embrace song is cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's really good, but it kind of makes me I'm unsettled because it's like, what could be, Chris? What you could do? Like, you could do so much more.
And hey, he could be trying to test the waters to see. Maybe he's trying to see if he can get the two generations.
He could, and that's the thing. Why do we let the others do it? But Chris is scared to do it, which is crazy. Like,
why?
Huh?
You know why?
What, the money?
His Chris's past.
Oh, no. I'm not. When I say the others, I meant like the Bruno Mars is. Like the Justin Biebers of the world. Like they can drop these fire R&B tracks, and it's cool. But they can go right back over there. Chris don't want to. He don't want to dumb down what I think is already, his good career, despite personal, situations and things of that nature. I'm really like this. Like, Chris, you could do so much more. Because, like, when you get the back to sleeps and all, like, you go, start going through Chris R&B joints, he got them.
Hey man, I mean,
but they so spaced out. He ain't never put them joints together. Like he never like one singular CD. He just straight R&B, and that was the only thing he has is close to being a like true R&B album is his very first album when he was 16. So those days are long gone.
Hey man, listen,
That was 15 years ago.
We
Easy.
That
was over there.
Look,
Came out 05.
Exactly. It seems as if we are post-pandemic now, so it could be that maybe he's gearing up for a new album, and maybe it'll be a mostly R&B album.
Nah, because the first song that Iffy joint, like,
it was Iffy.
that was breezy doing all that, you know. I was like,
but listen, his last 2 projects have been over 2 hours, so we could be getting a side A, side B type joint. I don't know. This is only speculation.
Audiobooks are shorter than Chris Brown albums.
It's crazy,
but
insane.
I'm longing for traditional R&B to kind of come back into the mainstream where the lines aren't so blurred. I know we talked about this on Scenario Radio Show. Shout out to Van and the people over there. Man. But we talked about 2000s R&B, and that's kind of like when the guard maybe start changing a little bit with how we view R&B now, because I stand on this point. Like Usher's Confessions is a top tier R&B album, one of the greatest R&B albums that of our lifetime. I'm not going to get into the other debates, but of these past 34 years for me, Usher's Confessions is one of them ones, right? But it sticks out like a sore thumb. Like, I get why the record was made. I actually hate it in hindsight.
Wait, Confessions? The joint?
Yeah, I hate Like, in hindsight. Like, I ain't gonna seriously saying I wasn't thunderclapping with y'all back then.
No. I'm tripping. I thought you said you hate the song Confessions. Saying the song, yeah. My bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I wasn't listening to the enunciation.
Oh yeah. But no, I hate the song. Yeah, in hindsight, like I'm not gonna seriously. I wasn't thunderclapping with everybody 8 times stumping.
All that.
I was doing all that.
Oh, the muscle. All that.
Yeah,
shit.
all that. But I hate the song in hindsight because I think it ruins the album. Like the album's still classic. The album still makes its.
You did say this before.
But I think ruined R&B.
Damn.
I said all that to say I think ruined R&B. I meant to make sure I enunciated that so people would understand that I think ruined R&B.
Gunshots.
Yeah. But no, I mean seriously, because the reason I feel like that is because you had to start chasing that as an R&B artist. It showed that you can really cross over and do pop songs now. And you see Usher start doing oh my God and all kind of stuff like terrible. Yeah, but that's one of Usher's biggest songs, and that's terrible to me. But
I agree.
And then it started messing up what the R&B heartthrobs could be after that. And Chris was somewhere in the space of trying to be Usher and Michael Jackson, trying to fit into that mold, right?
So you think Chris Brown was the last of like the R&B acts
that could do the scene dance thing? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think I agree with that.
Because Chris came out, we was like, who is this kid? Like, he dancing all hard and stuff. Like, that's what I said. Young boy just turned 16 and I got... I was like, get the fuck out of here. But when he came out with Yo, I changed my tune. And he came out with Yo, and then I got into the album. I was like, oh, Brian Michael Cox was writing on that album.
Look,
I'm just saying, like when he started having like those type of writers, I'm like, okay, I see the potential. And then Exclusive came, they start playing around with sounds, and I didn't like it. It's kind of like, how I loved Justin Timberlake's first album, Justified.
Yes,
and then I told you I was like, I really wasn't feeling Future Sex Love Sounds when it first came out because it wasn't R&B. Sexy Back was like, nigga, what is this? Like the first, like,
and that was my shit.
But Sexy Back from what
Justified
was?
Yeah. Damn, Cry Me a River to Sexy Back. That's nasty.
That's nasty.
That's nasty.
That's nasty when you think about it.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
But no, just getting back to Chris, like Chris could have been one of the ones that kind of kept it in a pocket, but his second album, they had him playing with like Superhuman, which was like damn near a EDM song.
So do you think You think it's a Chris Brown thing, or do you think it's a?
The only reason I'm putting the onus on Chris is because Chris could have been. I mean, outside of personal stuff, I think that he was the one.
Because I'm also now thinking about songwriters. Mm-hmm. So like, are there any songwriters now that can pen those types of records? I mean, we could probably get an R&B like beat. We could get that, but what about the actual song?
Well, I mean, JD still out here writing songs because this how I know, right? Chloe Bailey was recently in it. She took a picture in the studio with JD, Jonta Austin, and Brian Michael Cox. Nigga, I want to hear whatever they got her singing, whatever that is.
Cause she's one of the few actual voices,
right? Like she letting Big Sis go chase that pop money. I'm finna get this R&B bag, and if she get into an R&B bag, okay, she might be the one. Then you know what? I'm sitting here waiting on the guy. It might be a woman to do it.
And listen, it sounds like from that picture you talked about, it sounds like it might be it. Might be what's cooking.
Even if it's just one song, I just want to hear what that sound like. But no, you don't. I don't think you get them three in the same room for one song.
Oh, definitely.
No, those three.
That could be the shit. That's album talk. Album talk.
You like that's
just keep Have Mercy off. That's all I got.
Oh, say it loud.
But no, because look, if they put Have Mercy on the R&B album that it looks like they making, it's gonna be the same shit as Yeah.
No. Chloe is the bigger sister. Holly's the younger one.
Right.
The one that's in. But Have Mercy is Chloe's song.
I thought that's not who we talking about.
No. Chloe is the one that takes all the risque pictures.
See, this is no, right.
Okay. Holly is the younger one.
So we talking about Holly.
Yeah. She in Little Mermaid.
See, I'm tripping. I'm not listening to the enunciation. That's my fault. My apologies to the listeners.
But no, Holly is the little one, the little sister.
Now I ain't got to worry about Have Mercy.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Yeah. But again, no, her voice is still both of them
can
are
sing.
voice. Like they can sing if you in the church. Yeah. So yeah. I need that too. Mm-hmm. Damn, that's crazy.
And I ain't even listened to one Holly song, but
does she have any solo joints?
Not that I know of.
I don't think so. I might be wrong.
Right, that's what I was about to say. I can't say that I've gone and listened to Halle Bailey. I know this thing's get tricky, man. I didn't enunciate.
There you go.
Like I don't think I've ever gone and listened to her sing a song by herself.
Yeah.
But if I know that she can sing and she's in the room with the senseis, like oh. I need that.
Something's on the way.
Yeah, I need that.
And we need that sooner than later.
Yes,
sooner than later.
Yes, sir. OS Gang, that was the end of the docket. We appreciate you guys for tapping in with us. If you want to comment on anything that we discuss here, you want to hear us enunciate these topics, please let us know.
Yeah, man. And if you're on YouTube, we appreciate y'all for rocking with us this long. Hit the comments. Let us know what you thought about the episode. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Yep. Share with your family. Share with your friends. Share with everybody.
Yes, sir.
And if you are on audio, it is time for OS Song.
You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.